We're here with one of the other Bradys, Mike Lookinland.
The cool Brady.
Now, before Mike gets into all his crap that he wants to ask you, I got to tell you, I loved you in the Towering Inferno.
Oh, good.
Oh,
I get a lot of that. People say, why don't you have pictures of you and Paul Newman? I say, oh, well, I haven't dug through my garage in the last 20 years to find them.
I mean, it's great that the scene where you're on the stairwell with Paul Newman. It was Jennifer Jones. Yeah. Jennifer Jones, right? Yeah. I mean, that was a great scene.
Alina Gower was the little sister. Us four.
Okay.
Great. I loved every minute of doing that show.
But that scene, though, is what sticks out, and that appearance that you made was great. I mean, to be with Paul Newman in a scene, my God.
And that was big. That was huge. And Steve McQueen, even though I was only in like one scene with him, that was pretty great. The fun part for me as a 14-year-old boy in L.A. was watching Irwin Allen run around with a bullhorn screaming, "Fire, more fire, we need more fire!" That was great.
Now, see, you and I have a connection because when my dad was a kid, he and Paul Newman used to play together.
Oh, really?
My dad, I think Paul Newman grew up in Ohio, and he had an aunt or something in New Jersey where my dad was from, Patterson, New Jersey.
Right.
And when they visited their aunt, the kids, my dad and his brothers and sisters, and Paul Newman would all get together and play. So that's our end. That's our end. He performed with him. My dad played with him.
I don't know about you. I didn't buy any of that.
Yeah. Hey, but I still listen patiently while he tells me.
Now you got any inside dirt on?
I have a lifetime of dirt on her, and everything she told you, she just made up. You know, all those old stories. I don't. You know. I erased my memory in the 80s.
Nice name.
Yeah, but I still don't buy half the stuff she tells you about the Brady.
Boy, I don't know. Some pretty racist stuff.
Oh, yeah?
You hear what he's saying?
Well, she claims it's all legit. And, say, okay.
So no tell-alls from you, though, huh?
You got to wait for my book.
Are you going to do a book?
Yeah.
Oh,
good. And that gets us back to the Towering Inferno.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm going to title my book, Kid, You're in My Chair. Which are the only words that Steve McQueen ever said to me.
Kid, you're in my chair.
Yeah.
Are you in the process of writing?
No. Just, it's one of those. Sure, I'm writing a book.
Well, don't lose it in the 80s.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I think we love this.
There'll be a blank spot. It's from 81,
Now, what's on the horizon?
It was a Grateful Dead, 100 Grateful Dead concerts. That was all about.
What's on your horizon?
I am a family man. I got 2 teenage sons. Well, one's 20 in college. One's 17, graduated from high school soon. My wife and I love to camp and be outdoors. I'm an avid skier. That's why I live in Utah. She's a school teacher, and I run my own company. We make decorative concrete.
Oh, wow.
We make concrete countertops.
Oh, okay.
So when I come in the convention hall and I see this gorgeous concrete floor, I get on my hands and knees and go, ooh, nice. Somebody worked really hard on this, and you know what? They did, too. Nice concrete floor.
What are the questions you actually hate people to ask you?
Do you still get paid? So guess what the answer is?
No.
No. The Brady Bunch was a 10-run buyout, which means we got paid for the first 10 reruns of each episode, and then we didn't have any claim to it anymore after that. So it's made the Brady Bunch as a giant entity has made $1 billion for Viacom, $2 billion now. It was $1 billion 20 years ago, and we get none. So that's the only one I can think of.
What about
from get paid?
What about from
no?
Not even from the DVDs.
No, they that's sort of being litigated, sort of kind of.
Now you're in some of the
between the Screen Actors Guild and the producers.
Now when you do commentaries and stuff.
Oh yeah, well that's why we're only on the first season. They paid us for that, and they didn't even invite us for the second, third, fourth, and fifth season because they would have had to pay us. Did you get into this with Susan at all?
No.
She'll go off on you.
Really?
Yeah. She said her quote is, the rule at Paramount is thou shalt not do anything that oh man, I'm going to blow the word. The rule at Paramount Motion Picture Corporation, or Viacom and all this, whatever it is now, thou shalt not do anything that gets a Brady paid any money. Yeah. And so whatever. I'm living a good life in spite of the fact that I don't have Brady money.
Well,
I spent it in the '80s.
A lot of you find that in a lot of
you heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard about. I had some in the '70s, and then by the '90s I didn't have any anymore. So
you find that in a lot of the TV seasons they get released. They go all out on the first one, and then they just kind of shoot out the others just to get them out.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of work to put together a good DVD with the accoutrements that go on the disc, and so they probably got lazy.
So everybody does want to see and hear about the backstory. So I think when you finally do start your book, there's going to be a big audience for that.
My book will have a lot. It will have Brady stuff in it, certainly,
but not.
But there's a lot of life since then that I think people would be interested in, and how I made it through.
Your accident?
Yeah, there's been a few things that I think people would be very interested in, and would be helpful to people who share the same problems.
Yeah.
Family. Raising kids.
Your business.
Struggling to make a living like everybody else has to do.
Well, I was telling Susan, I mean, whether you guys realize it, I'm sure you do, you're very iconic, and you're legendary, and I don't know if it's hard to live with her, but people, some of them hang on what you say and what you believe. So, whatever you decide to write about, you got a lot of people out there waiting to hear about you.
I'd like to think so. Maureen's book
I think they want to get you back there.
That's fine. What do you do? Oh, 20?
And here's the last thing. This is going to be your new question you hate. Finish this lyric. I think I'll go out.
Ready.
For a walk outside now. Susan passed it.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
The summer sun falling my knee.
Doing the same thing with the lyrics.
Exactly. He got it.
All right. Thank you very much for coming out with us.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.